to Peanut's drawings. So we're gonna work on another one, and if you notice, we're starting to get harder and harder to where it's more difficult to draw them and they have more details. That's because we always start with what's simple and we get a little harder. So we're gonna do a really fun character because he's really dirty. Do you guys remember what the really like messy, dirty kid that's in Peanuts' name it was, what they called him? He always walked around with a cloud of dirt. His name was PigPen. So we're gonna draw him, we're gonna make him really dirty. So that's gonna be that'll be the fun part. And you have a lot of artistic choice about how you wanna make him that way. So I am gonna start with his head, and he starts off very much like Charlie Brown. I am not gonna use a pencil because that doesn't show up very well. You will be using one. I am gonna start with my marker, and his head kind of goes around. Marker's not working very well. And he's got like a little backward C for an ear, and you can put the forward C on the other side. So right now he looks like Charlie Brown to me. He is going to have, since he's looking this direction, the other characters have been looking that direction, he's gonna have an actual C for a nose. See how that looks like the letter C? His eyes are gonna be right there, just like the other ones. His eyebrows are gonna be way up here, but we're gonna kinda not see very many eyebrows. You'll see why in a minute. And he's got kind of a little sad mouth. Before we work on any of the details that make him look very dirty, we are going to make his body next. So we're gonna make his body next, and we're gonna make his neck. Right now he's a very clean boy. He's not been playing outside in the dirt for a while. Neck. Now, he gets to wear something completely different than what the other kids are wearing. So his shoulders come down like this, and his sleeve comes right like here. There is his other sleeve. But he is wearing overalls. I wonder how many of you have overalls. So if you don't know what those are, they're really cool, and they come up like this, and they have these little straps that go over your shoulders with buttons. They come up like that. I'm gonna go ahead and put this hand here. It has a little broccoli on it. This hand is gonna have a little broccoli on it. Then we're going to put that part. Now he's wearing overall shorts. Those are really popular in the summer. So they're shorts, but they come up over like that. Sometimes they have like a little pocket here. I don't know whether his does or not, but and some of them I've seen it like that, but you don't have to put that. That's an artistic choice. Now, legs, he's got some legs that stick out, and we're back to drawing our socks and our potato feet. This potato foot is gonna be in front of this one because he's facing this way. Remember we talked about that? In front of, behind right there. And he's got the potato feet. Now, we get to do the fun part. Because right now he just looks like Charlie Brown. Did you kind of notice that? This is the fun part. We're going to make all kinds of dust clouds that kind of come in even in front of him. So you don't want to scribble. You want them to be specific dust clouds that kind of even come in front of him. And then there's little dust pieces. Now, I'm not just putting them all over like this. I'm strategically putting them in a couple of places like that, okay? Now, we get to make his clothes all dirty. So to do that, they just made lines like that to show his clothes were dirty. We also get to make his neck dirty, and we get to make his ear dirty, and we get to make his face dirty. So to show that his face was dirty, we're not scribbling, we're drawing specific lines on his face. Now you see why the eyebrows kind of disappear a little bit? Now his hair is really fun. So remember how hard Linus's hair was? His hair is similar to Linus's, except for instead of being combed all over, it's just kind of sticking out. So we're gonna make like one hair stick out there, and another hair, and another hair, another hair. So I bet Linus's hair probably look like this too when he gets up in the morning, but I don't think PigPen combs his hair. Or if he does, it doesn't stay that way. So he's just got a couple of hairs sticking all over the place. So that's how PigPen looks. We're going to use my Crayola outline marker, and we're going to outline thick lines on the outside. I'm not going to do any of those inside things right now. So I'm just going to be doing my thick lines first. So thick lines on all of the main parts, and then we'll come back and do thin lines. And I know you're probably wondering, well, what would the cloud be? Cloud, I'm going to make thick lines. Because it's not really a detail. That goes in front of. And the hair, thick lines. Then we'll get ready for some thin lines here. Okay, eyes, I can color in black. Nose. All of these are thin lines. So notice I'm using the top up there, those eyebrows that tend to get lost in all of his dirtiness. He needs a bath. Okay. It's okay to play in the mud and get dirty, but it's always good to get cleaned up. Okay, dirt on his clothes, all those are thin lines as well. Maybe some dirt that goes this way. Shoelaces, his feet have some dirt on them. Very good. Now he's looking more like PigPen. When we color PigPen, he has skin color, so I am going to do skin color. On him. Don't forget his neck, his knees, and his broccoli hands. Next, so on pretty much all of the pictures I looked at, he is wearing brown overalls. So I'm going to go ahead and color those brown. If you want to make them blue, like blue jeans, you can. That is an artistic choice. I might add a little bit of blue. And I don't know if they're brown because they're so dirty that they look brown, or if they're just regular, supposed to be brown. So I might add a little bit of blue to mine. So maybe it looks like it's blue, but these just been kind of caked in mud because that's what happens when we play in the mud. So his shirt, I've seen them all gray, but if you want to make it a different color, I'll give you that artistic choice. I might make it a little gray blue. I'm feeling like gray blue today. There we go. So his socks need to be the same color. So whatever color I did for the shirt, I have to do for the socks because they're all matchy-matchy. And then I'm going to do brown shoes. Now, what color is all of that dust? It's gray. I'm going to use my darker gray to color it in. Just coloring. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of stop down here because I forgot to add the ground he's standing on, and I'm going to do that. See? I forgot to add that. So he's got some ground he's standing on, and so it would stop there. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to show you how to make a halo effect. It's kind of fun. So I'm going to take a green. I put my crayons way over there. Let's see. I have not used this green. This is just regular green. So I'm going to do green, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to fade it out by not pressing quite as hard. Fading it out. I'm going to do the same thing with the sky. Okay, we're going to have a sky, and my sky is going to be blue. Let's make it blue. I like this color blue. And it's going to be really bright around him. Then I'm just going to kind of fade it out a little bit. I'm going to fade something else around it in a minute. I'm going to fade a different color. So just around him, I'm going to color blue. I'm going to make sure all of his hair is colored with blue behind it because those are pieces of hairs that are standing up. And we want to make sure that they are colored behind him so you can see the sky. Okay, right here around him. Now, I'm going to take another color, and I'm going to use gray because he's PigPen and he's got gray everywhere around him. And I'm going to color the gray all the way around. I'm going to overlap a little bit so he has a little gray halo effect around him. That's when you have one color on the inside, kind of in an oval shape, and then another color that kind of comes around. Often you see this done with black or brown. We're going to do it with gray. And as you notice, I have my nifty gray piece of paper underneath so I don't get any of these crayons on the table. Makes it kind of nice because then I don't have to worry about it. Okay, well, I'm going to do the gray down here too. Make my halo effect nice. And there is my PigPen. I think I need one more little outline right there. Yep, right under his foot. Very funny guy. Oh, you know what I forgot to outline? You guys didn't even tell me. I forgot to outline all of those. And you know what? Since I forgot, I can go back and do it right now. And now those little dirt particles show up. And the other thing I forgot to do was to color this gray in between his legs. Don't make those mistakes. Make sure you get it done. Okay,